Ancient and Medieval India Part 1, presented by S B THILEEBAN. Introduction. The past, remote as well as recent, is the subject matter of history. History offers tools to understand it. History, however, does not address every issue of the past. For instance, neither the creation of a universe nor a single, isolated, individual person is its subject matter. History tries to study human activities by situating them in a specific temporal and spatial context. History judges an individual in relation to that individual society and time. History makes past knowable, albeit imperfectly and in a fragmented manner. History carries on a constant dialogue between the past and the present, so an understanding of the past is intimately connected to comprehending the present. For the purpose of the study and bring out more clearly the forces, trends and institutions that shape history at any given point of time, history of India has been divided into the ancient, medieval and modern periods. The ancient period starts from the earliest time to the mid 18th century AD, when the historical processes and institutions started to change. They may not have been a complete break from the earlier period, but certain old institutions ceased to exist while others started acquiring new shapes from about 6th to 7th century AD. For example, the republican form of political organization went out of existence during the Gupta period, which began in the 4th century AD. The economic system saw the emergence of new types of agrarian relations. The caste system, which had started emerging in the later Vedic period, took new shapes in the post-Gupta period. Further, element of regional cultures like regional languages started crystallizing in the post-Gupta period. All these changes indicate the beginning of new phase, the medieval one, in our history in the mid 8th centuries AD, rather than the rights of Muhammad of Ghazni or the establishment of Sultanate of Delhi, which is taken by many as the beginning of the medieval period. Similarly, while conventional periodization identifies the Battle of Plassey 1757 as the beginning of the modern period, the breakup of the Mughal Empire and the emergence of the regional powers in the early decades of the 18th century is now taken as the indicator of change from the medieval to modern period. India, physical features. In the study of history, an understanding of the physical features of a country is necessary. These have an important bearing on historical developments. Human progress depends a lot on human ability to control and overcome the vagaries of nature. However, not until a very late stage in human history were human beings able to control their environment effectively. There are a number of distinctly different regions depending on variations in soils, topography, rainfall and climate. They have separate characteristics and identities, and the inhabitants of regions tend to differ from one another in language, food, dress, crop pattern, density of population, caste structure, etc. Historically, some regions emerged as developed pockets earlier than the others. Regional differences and related separated identities fostered by geography have stood in the way of rise of durable pan-Indian states in Indian history. Never was the whole subcontinent a single political unit. This holds true for the Mauryan Empire, the Delhi Sultanate, the Mughal Empire and British India. The relationship between physical geography and human settlement pattern is yet another important theme which requires attention. For example, in the collapse of the Harappan civilization, the role played by overutilization of natural resource and inhospitable topography together with a possible population pressure on land and resources cannot be overemphasized. The Himalayas in the north and the Indian Ocean in the south, southwest and southeast create a superficial view of the isolation of subcontinent. However, even the most difficult of terrain does not impede the movement of ideas and influences between people. Cultural influences have been exchanged across these frontiers, and there have been maritime contacts with the West Asia and Southeast Asia from the earliest times. To be continued. Thank you.